Your dog's legs just twitched in their sleep. A small sound, the nose moving fast, paws pushing against nothing. You smiled and thought, chasing something. But Harvard psychologist Deirdre Barrett has a different take. Because dogs don't dream in pictures the way you do. They dream in smell. And the first smell their brain goes back to is yours. That twitching wasn't a chase. It was your dog running toward you. 1. Everyone gets dog dreams wrong. Watch any dog dream and the assumption is immediate. They're hunting, chasing something, playing. Makes sense. Dogs chase things, so of course that's what they dream about. But that's not actually what's happening. Sleep isn't about instinct. It's about what actually mattered that day. The brain goes back to the stuff that meant something, not the biggest stimulus, not the most physical moment. The moment that had real weight to it. Think about what that means. Out of everything in a single day, the walk, the food, the sounds outside, the nap in the afternoon, the brain during sleep is quietly sorting through all of it, filtering for what actually registered, what felt important, what felt safe, not based on intensity, based on meaning. And for a dog who's bonded to someone, very few things in the day carry more meaning than that person. The walks matter. The play matters. But the whole baseline of the day, the presence that makes everything feel like it's supposed to feel, the scent that just means home, that's you. So before you decide those moving legs are chasing something, think about what it actually looks like when a dog runs towards something they want. That rhythm, that specific softness, that's not a chase. 2. Their dreams start with scent. Mite researchers Matthew Wilson and Kenway Louie did something interesting. They tracked brain activity in sleeping animals and compared it to what was happening in those same brains while they were awake. What they found, the brain wasn't resting. It was replaying everything. The same activity that fired during the day fired again during sleep, in sequence, in detail. Like the brain was running back through what happened, holding on to pieces of it. Dogs' brains work the same way. Same process, same sleep cycles. But here's the part most people skip over. Stanley Coren, who spent years studying how dogs actually think and remember, found that what shows up in a dog's dreams isn't random. It tracks what mattered emotionally during the day. The experiences that had real feeling behind them. Not the most intense moments, the ones that actually meant something. And for most dogs, the thing that carries the most consistent meaning every single day, more than another dog, more than food, more than the park, is the person their whole day is built around. That's who the brain goes back to. That's who shows up. 3. Your scent means safety. This is the part most people never think about, and once you do, you can't unsee it. When we dream, we see faces, places, scenes playing out like a film. That's just how human brains are built. Sight is our main sense, so that's how we put the world together, awake or asleep. Dogs are wired completely differently. The part of a dog's brain that handles smell is enormous compared to ours. Depending on breed, their nose is anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000 times more sensitive. But it goes deeper than detection. Smell is how dogs hold on to memories, how they decide something is safe, how they know, before they've even looked up, who just walked into the room. Here's the part that changes everything. When a smell hits a dog, it doesn't just pull up a memory. It brings back the feeling of the moment. Not just the information, the actual feeling of being there. The smell of something safe doesn't remind them of safety. It briefly recreates it. That's how deep that goes. So when a dog's brain goes back over the day during sleep, it's not building pictures, it's rebuilding smells. And your smell, the one they've been around every single day, the one that means someone is home, that means everything is where it's supposed to be, that's not just familiar, it's home. Studies show dogs pick out their owner's scent faster than any other smell and respond to it more strongly, faster even than food. So when that nose starts moving in their sleep, they're not tracking something to chase. They're following the scent that has always, every single time, led back to you. And hey, if this is changing how you see your dog right now, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more people who want to actually understand what their dogs are going through. 4. That smell leads back to you. Barrett has spent decades on dreaming, why it happens, what the sleeping brain is actually doing. And when the conversation turns to animals, she's pretty clear. Dogs bond to their owners in a way that's hard to overstate. And the sleeping brain tends to go back to whatever carries the most weight. Put those two things together, and the most likely thing a dog is dreaming about is the person they're closest to. Not another dog, not something they chased, not their food bowl. You. Think about the small stuff that happens every day. The way they follow you from room to room for no particular reason. The way they drop everything and just settle when you sit down. The way their whole body changes the moment you walk through the door. Not because something exciting happened, but just because the thing that makes the day feel right just showed up. The brain takes all of that in, and during sleep, it goes back. And when you arrive in that dream, it's not as something they see. You come in as a smell. The way your scent moves into a space before you've even walked through the door, before they've heard you, before they've looked up. The smell arrives first. Everything that smell means to them comes right with it. The feeling of safe, the feeling of home. Whatever was uncertain a moment ago just resolved itself. Your dog doesn't need to picture your face to dream about you. They just need to catch your smell. And everything you are to them comes with it. 5. Now you know what that twitch was. Go back to the image. Your dog, asleep. The small sounds. Those legs moving in that soft, rhythmic way. Not fast, not desperate. Easy. Like moving towards something they already knew was going to be good. You watched it and smiled. But you didn't know what you were actually seeing. When a dog is chasing something, it looks different. Faster, more erratic, breathing short and ragged. What you saw was quieter than that. Settled. A dog that was somewhere they wanted to be. Everything we know points to the same place. Your smell. The feeling that comes with it. The person whose presence makes the whole day make sense. They had no way to tell you. No way to wake up and say, I was somewhere, and you were there, and it felt like the safest place I've ever been. They can't point to the dream, can't describe the smell, can't explain why, when their eyes finally opened, they looked for you first. All they could do was move their legs softly in the dark, while you watched from across the room and thought they were chasing something. They weren't chasing anything. They were running toward you. The next time you watch your dog sleep, the legs moving, that quiet sound, the nose catching something you can't see, you'll know what you're looking at now. Not just a dog dreaming. Your dog's mind doing what minds do when everything else falls away. Going back to the thing that made the day worth having. The smell that means home. The presence that makes the whole thing make sense. You spend a lot of time wondering if they know how much you love them. Maybe the better question is whether you know how much they carry you. Into sleep, into the dark, into the place they go when the day is done and nothing else is asking anything of them. You're there. You've always been there.